What is going on, Movie Maniacs? I'm Matt.
And I'm Zach.
And this is the previews, everyone's favorite part of the movie. So, we were psyched about it last week. We thought it looked very weird. We checked out yesterday.
Starring Himesh Patel as the lead, Lily James, and Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, right. Also, Kate McKinnon, and directed by Danny Boyle.
Yes. So, yeah. You are the one who usually asks me questions when we start these reviews.
I do.
But I'm going to ask you a question this time. Walking out of this movie, did you want to twist and shout, or did you want to scream for help?
Okay, that's a little tough, but I'm going to summarize this movie in a sentence, right?
Okay.
The Beatles, the most storied musicians of all time.
Yes.
Their music lives with us forever. They're up here. This movie, if I could compare it to one band, it would be Creed.
Oh, jeez.
This is by far the worst film of 2019.
Wow.
By far.
By far.
There's a point in the movie. We ate dinner beforehand, and I was like, my stomach's kind of upsetting me, but if it was a good movie, I wouldn't have left, but I was like, I'm just going to go to the bathroom, right? Had Zach have walked out with me, I would have been like, dude, I'm not going back in. I liked Holmes and Watson better.
I was going to bring up Holmes and
I
Watson
liked
more than
Hellboy better.
Whoa.
I have never been so bored, so uninterested, and just so baffled by the awfulness of this film. And we'll get into it why it's awful. But honestly, the Beatles music can't hold this movie up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're right. Man, was it boring extremely. And if there was one aspect of this movie that could have kept reeling me back in, it was the Beatles music. But it couldn't.
Nope,
it couldn't at all.
Because the Beatles music really stops halfway through the movie.
There was barely any Beatles music in the movie.
Yep.
There was barely any. And then when they did play it, it was so quick and over and done with.
So before we really get into the thick of this review, I'm going to go ahead and say that this review has a lot of spoilers in it. Granted, if you're not going to see the movie anyway, I suggest watching it. Or if you are going to go see the movie, listen to the spoilers, because we're just going to save you a little bit of money. Because this movie, spoiler alert, dog shit.
Yeah, I guess we'll get into the cast.
Yeah, let's get into the cast, okay? So, Himesh Patel and Lily James, right?
Yes.
Lily James, sweetheart. Absolutely love her.
Yes, I do.
She plays a great role in pretty much every single movie she's in.
Yes.
The only thing I'm very afraid of is she's getting casted in the same exact roles, movie over movie. Although she does play good.
No, well said. Well said. You're right, because she has played that sweet, innocent girl role to a degree. And you're right. She does do a great job doing it. And, even in this movie. But, I mean, she was definitely the best part of this movie. Yeah,
and even Himesh Patel, he didn't do a bad job either, because this is his first big movie. Danny Boyle, director of it. It's a big name to be attached to, So I didn't think he did a bad job either. He's a great singer. He was a decent actor for what he was given. Ed Sheeran, he just played Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran.
Which
I have no idea why he was in this movie.
No idea why he was in this movie either, but I guess it is what it is. Like, he was in it.
Didn't ruin the movie, but
you know who I'm really starting to get annoyed from? Kate McKinnon. The thing that I don't like about her, don't get me wrong, she's funny, right? She has talent. The thing that I don't like is it seems to me she always, in every scene she's in, tries to one-up someone just out of stupid stuff, right? Like, there's a scene where she walks in where she hears the lead character Jack's music the first time, right? She walks in, and instead of just walking in like a normal, I would say manager, producer would, they're interested. They're like, hey, what is this? What am I hearing? Because this is good. She walks in and she's just trying to be all quirky and funny, and she's looking around being like, oh yeah, I like that art. And it's stop! Just stop! And you were getting into the directing. That's where Danny Boyle, an Academy Award winning director, has got to stop and be like, Kate, knock your shit off right now. And honestly, go away with Dana Carvey and the other washed up SNL people, okay? Please, because you know what? You're not as funny as, other people on the show.
Yeah. Bring Keenan in on some of these movies.
Exactly. Because he wouldn't play a one-note character who's just like, ooh, blah, 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 because that's all she was doing. And I'm getting sick of her, I'm getting sick of this movie, and the heat's getting to me.
Yeah.
I can't take this anymore. So
that's fine. I mean, I guess we'll get into like the directing and just, I guess, the movie overall, because a big music theory that I've always questioned, and I still haven't gained a full answer to, I guess this movie made me lean one way more, was that I'm a true believer.
Sorry, man. This movie makes me need a drink. I need a little more. Sorry, man.
The thought that if the Beatles did not exist, music would be nowhere it is today.
Yes.
And they always reference these bands and groups. Ed Sheeran, for crying out loud. I do not think Ed Sheeran would be Ed Sheeran without the Beatles.
No.
And then one of the jokes even in the trailer, first time Himesh plays Yesterday, they're like, oh, it's no Coldplay. I was like, how dare you sit there and compare those two? And I just don't think Coldplay would be Coldplay without the Beatles.
They make a joke that Oasis isn't around because of the Beatles.
Yeah.
Totally get that. But if Oasis wasn't around, guess what? Coldplay wasn't around.
Yeah.
Or wouldn't be around. If Coldplay wasn't around, Ed Sheeran wouldn't be around. There's a lot.
And apparently Coca-Cola.
Exactly. Coca-Cola is out of nowhere. Cigarettes.
Because they shoot Coca-Cola in one song. It was just stupid.
Yeah.
It was so stupid.
It was just a waste of time.
And so I was very skeptical going into this movie. I was very curious, especially from a great director like Danny Boyle, to make me as a music enthusiast forget, like, oh yeah, just kind of forget like the fact that, oh yeah, that's, because I feel like that is a big theory in the music world, is if the Beatles didn't exist, the music would be nowhere near is today.
Yep.
But I feel like he would embrace that and be like, you know what, kind of forget about it. Like, but still follow this guy. Still feel what he is putting out there. And that was a big part that frustrated me, was because I feel like they were going to portray this guy as a big Beatles lover. That he grew up with it got him through maybe some hard times, and just he's just a huge fan. Yeah. I didn't get that at all.
Nope.
I feel like it should have been a hardcore Beatles enthusiast on that stage giving this amazing music to the world.
Yeah.
And I just feel like the entire time it was just watching, let's say in real life, you literally watching someone who cheated their way through school to be a CEO of an insanely big company. And it just frustrates you.
Yeah.
I was frustrated this entire movie watching this.
Yeah.
Because this guy should not have been the one giving this amazing music to the world. Yes, he knew it, but everybody knows the Beatles.
Yeah.
But I was picturing him, the only reason why he's doing it is because he's such a huge fan and wants to give this music back to the world. That's what I was hoping it was going to be portrayed by, but no, it was him just, I guess I'll run with it. People don't know the Beatles? Oh, Beatles are the biggest group of all time.
Yeah.
I'm going to run with it. And yes, they maybe hint at the guilt in it, but you never felt it.
No, you didn't. It felt very swept under the rug, right?
Yeah.
The thing is like we all grew up with the Beatles, and like this is going into this movie. This is how I knew how I had to go ahead and grade it, right? If there was no Beatle music in it, how would it be? It's terrible.
It's terrible, yeah.
It's absolutely terrible. Because if I were to take that, let's say I made the joke, put Creed music in there. Yeah, it would have still sucked.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's do someone like the Rolling Stones. Like, they're, like, a little bit below the Beatles, but they're up there.
Same
still
thing.
Sucked.
Yeah, still sucked. I mean, if there was a group to make the movie better just based off their music, it would be the Beatles.
Yeah, it definitely would have been. And this movie is just, honestly, like, to sum it up in just 2 words, dog shit. Like, it
was really bad.
It was terrible.
And I just had hope because I did not like the idea of the movie, but if there was somebody that could get it done, I thought it would be Danny Boyle. But no, he fell flat hard.
Yeah, very, very hard. You know, very hard. And like I said, if there's one thing I suggest to you guys, it's just don't go see this. Like,
yeah. I mean, we're hardcore Beatles fans. Don't even use that as an excuse to go see it.
We even bought the huge back in the day, the huge limited edition Rock Band Beatles set.
Oh, we did, yes.
For Xbox 360.
So day one, midnight.
Exactly, day one, midnight. We are huge Beatle fans, and I'm telling you right now. I mean, we each saw Paul McCartney plenty of times.
Yeah, we saw Ringo too.
So, but this movie just didn't do the music justice, and honestly, whoever greenlit on the Beatles end.
Beatles end, especially like I'm guessing because I feel like it's mainly Yoko probably these days that's running the Beatles stuff. But also, I say that, but also I feel like if Yoko was the one who was leading this movie, they would tell them to fuck off. This is terrible.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, you're gonna reincarnate my husband that's dead.
Yeah, exactly. Spoiler alert: John Lennon shows up in this movie,
and it was a waste.
There was like a part where I was like, okay, finally we're gonna get a deeper meaning behind this film, right? Or figure out as to why, because at the end of this movie, you don't figure out why everything happened. It just happens, you know? So with him, they just bring up like John Lennon. I'm like, oh man, here we're going to get the emotional punchline. It's something cool. He's just like, yeah, you just got to tell people you love her. Are you fucking kidding me? You're going to resurrect John Lennon to say, yeah, he's got to love her. Say something deeper, man. You're one of the greatest poets of all time. You're going to sit there just being, you got to love her. Like, shut up.
It didn't give you any conclusion of why it happened, and I thought they would have at least explained something, but nothing.
They did not. But, hey, I don't want to waste my time anymore with this movie.
What are you giving it?
I'm going to have to give it a half.
Poor
CGI balloons out of 5.
Okay, I'm going to give it 1.5 John Lennon glasses out of 5.
Hey, but that's it for this week, Movie Maniacs. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. Hit that bell icon so you get notified of every single review we upload. And also, leave us some comments down below. Tell us what you thought of yesterday in this garbage movie. But next week, we are hopefully going to go ahead and wash the bad taste of this movie out of our mouths with Spider-Man, Far From Home, Spider-Man.
No, I'm not. I'm sure you all guys know I'm not into superhero movies, and I'm not looking forward to this movie because I thought Endgame was a perfect conclusion to this whole universe, but they already are on. Disney's already on schedule to make another 19 superhero movies.
Hey, they keep making $1 billion. Keep making.
I don't blame them, but it just upsets me. But also on top of that, we're gonna be going to check out Midsommar.
Yes,
which I am super excited for. If you guys don't know, Midsommar was made by the same guy who made Hereditary, which, in my opinion, was the best film of last year.
Okay.
And it's a great horror movie. Check it out if you haven't. Watch it multiple times before you give it your final review. But I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it is too. So, yeah, we'll see you next week with those reviews.